Hello, hello, and welcome back to LST for Story Time. My name is Miss Murphy, and I will be reading your story today. If you've been rocking with us for a while, thank you for coming back. If you're new here, make sure you click like and subscribe so that you get notifications every time we upload a video. Hello, hello. Welcome back, you guys. Today is October 31st. Do we know what day this is? What day is it? Yes, it is. So today is a very special book that we're reading, and our book title is Miss Fiona's Stupendous Pumpkin Pies. And the author is Mark Moulton, and it's illustrated by Karen Crouch. All right, let's go ahead and get into this book. Since today is October 31st, this is a pretty illustration. Okay. Down past the spooky graveyard. Ooh, you guys see the graveyard? Down past the spooky graveyard and across the stubbled fields, there lies a big old haunted house where all the paint has peeled. The shutters on the windows hang crooked, if at all. The roof is in such bad repair, it looks like it might fall. There's a stone wall in the side yard and a crooked picket fence. An old barn sits behind the house that isn't worth 2 cents. Ooh, you guys see the graveyard? Have you guys visited a cemetery or a graveyard? Yes? No? Oh. All right. Let's see what's going on here. You guys see what's going on here? We have a scarecrow with pumpkins. It says, in the garden, there's a scarecrow with his stuffing falling out, and everywhere you look, you see stray cats laying about. This house appears deserted, but it is still occupied, although some believe its occupants can disappear and fly. There's the cats. And here's the scarecrow with some of his stuffing falling out. Do you think that scarecrow is scaring away those birds? Probably not, right? Probably not. The old woman, Miss Fiona, lives here with all her cats. A horse and cow live in the barn along with several bats. Now, legend says Fiona is 400 years and 3, though she never looked much older than 200 years to me. Here's Fiona. I'm going to read this side. She walks a bit stooped over and wears a long black dress. And underneath her pointed hat, her hair's a stringy mess. One eye is larger than the other. There's a big wart on her nose, and on her feet are bright red shoes with doodads on the toes. You guys, you see her shoes with the doodads on the toes? Right there. Yep, that is Miss Fiona. How old did they say she was? Do you remember? Legend says she's 400 years and 3. Does she look 400 years old? Maybe. Some folks think she's kooky, dressed like a witch on Halloween, but that just proves appearances aren't always what they seem. For she keeps a tidy garden with a good-sized pumpkin patch, and every Halloween she serves fresh pumpkin pie from scratch. Ooh. Sometimes in late October, Miss Fiona starts her yield and brings in all the pumpkins from her big old pumpkin field. Is she really a scary witch? No. What are all of these everywhere? Yes, they are pumpkins. She has pumpkins. She has a big pumpkin patch. And what does she like to make with those pumpkins? What did they say? You remember? Oh, pumpkin what? Pie. She likes to make pumpkin pie. Do you like pumpkin pie? Have you tried it? Yes? No? Oh. Pumpkin pie is good. You have to try it. Pumpkins line her window sills and pumpkins line her floor. She has so many pumpkins, some come rolling out the door. She keeps pumpkins in her attic and some in her woodshed. There are even some who'll tell you she keeps pumpkins in her bed. Then, on the day of Halloween, and not one day before, Fiona gathers all of her pumpkins and begins her yearly chore. You guys see the pumpkins everywhere? They're in her closet, they're on her floor, they're in her bed and under. Yes, there's pumpkins everywhere, you guys. I think she really likes pumpkins. Do you think she likes pumpkins? Yes. Do you like pumpkins that much? No. Let's see what happens next. She hangs a cauldron on the fire to bubble and to boil. She chops and peels and rolls and stirs in a frenzied baking toil. Now and then she'll cackle as she checks her recipe. Then she'll peek over her shoulder to make sure no one sees. Is there someone back there? She peeks over her shoulder to make sure no one sees. For her ingredients are secret. But as she sets each pie to cool, the spicy scent that fills the air makes everybody drool. No matter how you beg and plead, Fiona holds her ground. Not one piece of pie is served till midnight rolls around. You see, they're actually peeking over her shoulder. Are they back there? No. Oh, whew. Good. They're not behind me, but they are behind her, right? Yes. What are they looking for? They're looking for her pie. They want her recipe. So, when does she serve her pie? Does she serve it early or not until midnight? Which one? Yes, not until midnight. Very good. You were listening. Good job. As angels, spooks, and goblins stir to gather in the street, the night is filled with laughter and the cries of trick or treat. Black cats and ballerinas run to each house and in between, wishing every witch and ghost a happy Halloween. But the last house that we visit as the midnight hour draws nigh is down past the spooky graveyard for a slice of pumpkin pie. You see everyone's out. They're trick-or-treating. Where are they going last? Yes, they're going out to Miss Fiona's house. And what is she going to give them? Candy? Candy she's giving them? Are you sure? Oh, she's going to give them pumpkin what? pie. Good job. Boys and girls from miles around come knocking at her door, dressed in such frightful costumes as vampires or dinosaurs. Miss Fiona shrieks and giggles as she welcomes each new guest, then sends them to the backyard to wait with all the rest. As the witching hour creeps closer, Fiona steps out on her porch with the crow upon her shoulder and her hand a burning torch. She surveys all of her visitors and we wave and smile to greet her. Then she slowly lets her spooky gaze fall on one special trick-or-treater. She points and crooks her finger and wiggles her eyebrows. She points her finger and wiggles her eyebrows, then cackles, "Come, my dearie, I need help inside my house." This year, it's a pink rabbit that is Miss Fiona's choice. We all look at her with envy, all the little girls and boys, for it's quite the supreme honor to help Fiona serve her pies, a most distinguished, rare accomplishment to be so recognized. So who did she choose to help her serve her pie? You see her over here? Who did she choose? The scarecrow, the ghost? Yes, the pink rabbit. And so it seems as if everyone loves to help her serve her what? What is she serving? Pumpkin pie. Good job. Here we go. The seconds tick by slowly. The anticipation grows. The moon peeks out behind the clouds. The wind begins to blow. Then, far off in the distance, the church bells begin to peal. And from inside her kitchen, we hear Miss Fiona squeal. "Oh, come all you witches, come clowns and pirates too. Come celebrate this Halloween and bring your friends with you." So here she's in the kitchen and she's calling them to come inside to have pumpkin pie. Very good. Let's see what happens next. With that, Fiona's helper throws the front door open wide and beckons every girl and boy to come and step inside. The house is warm and cozy with carved pumpkins everywhere, though you do not have to be careful not to get cobwebs in your hair. Oh, you do. You do have to be careful not to get cobwebs in your hair. Owls hoot in the pantry. Cats lie at Fiona's feet. From upstairs, we hear wails and moans that make Halloween complete. The pies are most delicious, and she also serves warm cider. Then she passes out souvenir rings in the shape of creepy spiders. After every one of us has had cider and been fed, she tells us spooky stories that make our eyes pop from our heads. You guys, check out this. There's all that beautiful pumpkin pie. Here's the spider ring. Have you guys ever gotten a ring that looks like a spider? Yes. And there's all of the pumpkin pies. They're all eating. And then over here, she is telling scary stories. Yes. And as we leave, she sends us home with an extra slice of pie for mom and dad and grandma who wait up until we arrive. Most folks are very curious about Fiona and her ways, but mostly it's her pumpkin pies we talk about for days. I must admit Fiona's kooky with her warts and pale green skin. But who cares how kooky someone looks when there's goodness deep within? Still, I scratch my head and wonder when folks ask the secret to her pie, 'cause she'll wink and snort and cackle to everyone's surprise. Just take one big plump ripe pumpkin, add a lizard and a toad, stir in a few good bat wings. You guys look. You see, she's giving them a recipe. You think it's a real recipe? She tells them to add bats and lizard and a toad. Do you think she really puts that in her pie? No, she doesn't. But let's see what happens next. And she tells them to stir in a few good bat wings and serve it a la mode. There's that pumpkin pie. That looks delicious, you guys. I'm sure she did not put lizards and toads and bat wings in there, but that looks delicious, topped with cherries. All right. And this is just a beautiful page of the night sky. And that's the end. That is the end of Miss Fiona's Stupendous Pumpkin Pies. You guys, that was a great story. So I want to thank you all for coming in on this day, on October 31st, to listen to this story with us. It was a great story. You guys have a wonderful and a safe day. And if you have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe now and make sure you like and share this video with your friends. I will see you guys later. Have a good day. Bye.